Most people don't realize they're living in emotional survival because it becomes their normal. Just like the frog being boiled without knowing as the water slowly gets hotter. This could be you if you've ever felt overwhelmed, on edge, exhausted for no reason, or like your body won't relax. You may be living in emotional survival, where thinking and feeling make life seem impossible, and emotional peace feels impossible. Today, I'm going to talk about the difference between emotional survival and emotional peace, what each one feels like, and 5 steps to move from one to the other. This is the first video in my series, turning the stress of emotional survival into possible peace. Hi, I'm Sheila, a certified stress management coach and emotional transformation guide, here to help you stress less, find more emotional peace, and move from impossible to possible emotional peace. Emotional survival is not just stress. It's a state your entire system lives in, where all parts of yourself, mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional, are out of balance. Often you may not even be aware of it. It can feel like your mind is always scanning, thinking, trying to figure things out. Your body feels tight, tense, or heavy. You react faster than you want to small things, and small things feel bigger than they should. You feel drained even when you haven't done much. It's hard to fully relax, even when things are fine. And underneath it, there's often a constant sense of, I have to stay on guard. I have to figure this out. I can't fully let go. I have to fight to get what I need or want. That's emotional survival. Emotional peace is not the absence of problems. It's the presence of an internal stability, confidence, and empowerment. It feels like your body softens. Your mind becomes clearer. You respond instead of react. You feel more present. You don't feel the need to control everything. There is space between you and what you're feeling. It's moving from a contracted state of being to a more expanded state. And most importantly, emotional peace becomes possible. I want to share a very personal life story with you, one that forever changed me. This was my wake-up call, my awareness to change. This process isn't something I just learned. It's something I lived. This process isn't something I just learned. It's something I lived. There was a point where I hit rock bottom. I became very depleted and in great pain, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. I believed in God and Jesus. I was considered a Christian and saved. I exercised a lot and ate healthy, yet struggled with weight. I searched for love in all the wrong places and didn't receive it back. Mentally, I couldn't focus or make clear decisions, and the mental chatter never stopped. I hit my rock bottom to the point where I tried to end my life. I do not feel that way now, but that moment matters because what happened next changed everything. I had a near-death experience. In that experience, I felt an unconditional love beyond anything I had ever felt before. I floated slightly above my body. I cried out for help. An angel came to me, touched me on my toe, and I felt an instant warmth. When I came fully back into my body, I made a vow as I was guided to stay positive no matter what, to focus on the positive in every situation, challenge, and heartbreak. And that's what I did. Come hell or high water, there were days of worry, fear, and heartbreak. Some days were very hard, but with guidance and support, primarily from the other side, I continued being positive and emotionally at peace became easier and became a part of who I am. There are still moments where I feel dips, but not as deep and not as long. I still practice every day all of the steps I'm going to share with you. If you're in that impossible mindset, I understand. I get it. Most people stay in emotional survival because they cycle through lower emotional states, fear, grief, frustration, anger. Or what's the point? As I'm talking about this, you'll see a visual on the emotional scale developed by David Hawkins. This shows what's happening internally. At the lower end are states like shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear. These are contracted states, heavy, stuck, overwhelming. As you move up, you pass through anger, frustration, which feel uncomfortable but are a part of the shift. And as you keep moving, you begin to experience more expanded states, acceptance, calm, and eventually emotional peace. So what you're feeling isn't random, it's movement. And while we would love to jump right to peace, as I sure did, life is a process. It is an unfolding, and it's an unfolding into peace and to a new way of being. Over time, those lower states build pressure until something inside you says, I can't keep living this way. You become aware you want change, but don't feel you can or know how. Awareness isn't just understanding. It's the moment you realize, I don't want to live this way. Sometimes that comes through something intense, like a near-death experience. Other times, it comes from what feels like the breakdown of who you thought you were, or you're disgusted with who you think you are. Your patterns, your identity, your way of coping no longer work. And in that moment, you become ready for change. Awareness is powerful, but awareness alone doesn't create change. People become aware and may still stay stuck because they don't know what to do next. And that's the gap I help bridge. Because once you're aware and ready for change, that's where real transformation becomes possible. This process is also biological. Your brain can rewire, your body can change. These are things that I did and my 5 steps help with. When you choose differently, repeatedly, your brain forms new pathways, your body shifts into a new way of being. That's what I did. It's rewiring your brain into a new way of being. And that's where my 5 steps come in. These are the 5 steps. 1, awareness. 2, interrupt the pattern. 3, release. 4, replace. 5, repeat. And over time, emotional peace becomes possible. To support this process on a daily basis, I use something as simple as ground. 2, balance. 3, connect. This isn't the change. This supports the change. So you can keep choosing differently. This is not instant. For some, it's quick shifts. For others, it takes time because you're changing patterns. Think of it like flipping switches over time. You're building something new, one step at a time, one addition at a time. If you're now aware you've been living in emotional survival and you're ready for change, this is why I created the full series, turning the stress of emotional survival into possible peace. Each video walks you through step by step so you move from understanding into transformation. If this spoke to you, subscribe for more tools to help you move from emotional survival into emotional peace. And if you're ready for the next step, check below for support on your journey. In peace, and until next time.